Welcome to Olympic Crest Insurance. My name is Colin Walters,
I'm Nick Giacalone.
and we are your professional benefit advisors located here in Gig Harbor, Washington. And we would like to take a couple minutes of your time to go over small and micro group guidelines.
We'll start with the definition of a microgroup, which is any group policy that has less than 5 enrolled employees. As a result of this, we receive little to no compensation from the insurance carriers. We charge a one-time $500 annual consulting fee. This fee covers things like marketing, group implementation, group management, and compliance services. I'll turn it over to Colin for what a small group is.
Thank you, Nick. A small group constitutes as having a minimum of 5 employees, up to 50 employees, and we do not charge a $500 annual consulting fee. Now we'll turn it over to some questions. Hit me with it, Nick.
So Colin, as an employer, how much do I have to contribute to the cost of coverage?
See, it varies carrier by carrier. However, employers are required to pay a minimum of 50% up to 75% depending on that carrier. Do I have to offer coverage to all of my employees?
Yes, as long as they meet the definition of an eligible employee, which is determined by the minimum hourly requirement set by you as an employer for hours worked per week. This can be as low as 20 hours or up to 40 hours, and also has to coincide with your probation period, which can be no longer than 60 days. So Colin, some of my employees are covered through a spouse or Medicare. Do I still have to offer them coverage?
You must offer coverage to all eligible employees. However, those employees do have the option to waive the coverage if they would like. What if I only want to cover the owners or a specific class of employees?
Well, you have to offer coverage to all eligible employees. Exceptions to this would be part-time workers, seasonal workers, union workers, anyone below the minimum hourly requirement per week set by you as an employer. So Colin, how are my rates determined?
Your rates are based on the exact enrollment at the time of submission, including the number of employees, the demographic of those employees, the insurance carrier, the effective date, and the plan selected. And if your group census changes in any way, your rates are subject to change. Do I have to pay for dependents?
As an employer, you do not have to contribute towards the cost of dependents, but you can if you like. Colin, can employees pay their portion of premiums on a pre-tax basis?
You can, as long as you establish a Section 125 premium-only plan, also known as a POP plan, and we at Olympic Crest Insurance do that at no additional cost to you. Will my deductible be credited from my prior carrier?
Yes, for employees covered under a prior group plan. Exceptions to this would be if you're on an individual plan and you're coming onto a group plan, or if you're with a different employer and you're coming to a new employer's group plan. But other than that, yes, you would have your credit of deductible transferred. Colin, are there any waiting periods for pre-existing conditions?
It's a great question, Nick, and there are no waiting periods for pre-existing conditions. Are my doctors covered?
You can check this using the provider search located on most carriers' websites. If you can't find it there, feel free to give us a call and we'll help you as well. Colin, are my prescriptions covered?
You will simply need to look up those prescriptions on the formularies of the insurance carriers. And those formularies are simply a list of covered prescriptions. And please note that they are subject to change depending on the carrier throughout the year.
Well, be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. We're posting stuff like this all the time. We really appreciate it. And go Beavs.
Go Cougs.
And go Hawks.
Go Hawks, baby.